Okay, so today's video we're going to go over terraforming basics. So this is with your terrain tool, I guess you could call it, but it's terraforming, which is what we're going to do. So as you can see, we're going to cycle through the icons. So here there's an arrow pointing down, arrow pointing up, and a kind of flat surface there. So the arrow pointing down is to dig. Arrow pointing up is to build up, and it will go in the direction the arrow is pointing, so you just drag it and it will continue to go that way. The flat one is kind of like a grading tool, so it'll actually match the surface in which it's currently at. So here we have a flat, we have a small hole here, and covered up by just going across it, and it will continue that starting point or that starting angle. We have it like this, we have kind of an upward angle, it will make a ramp. So that's how these three basic tools work. Now, as you can tell here, I've got 5 dots underneath my digging arrow. The more dots there are, the harder the surface is. So we don't have any hard surfaces here until we get deep in the caves, but just so you know, as you get deeper, there will be more dots, which will indicate it being a harder surface. On my gun here, do this by pulling out your backpack and pulling out your terrain tool, your gun. There's a soil canister. Now the soil canister, as you can see, you can put it anywhere you want. I usually have mine on my gun, but it has a fill level. So right now I'm about a third of the way full. And as you can see on my ring here, there's a blue portion. It's about a third, maybe a quarter of the way full. That matches that canister. So you don't really have to watch the canister. The ring around your arrow will actually show how full that canister is, and that indicates how much you can kind of output, you could say, or pull out of the ground. And as I go, it will disappear. The X obviously means there's nothing left I can do with that. So you'll notice here as I fill it up, so we're just about full, almost. If you watch the back of my terrain tool, it'll actually start spitting out flames once it's full. So if you're not paying attention, or if it's hard to see, kind of like right here, if you're pretty far in the ground, you'll see the back of my terrain tool spit out flames. That means it's full. So you can see there, it's spitting it out, spitting out flames. It means my canister there is full, so I can't hold any more soil. So if you happen to do that and you're trying to be mindful of that, obviously we have a lot of ground to use to dig. If you are mindful of that and you want to fill up a canister or put it in your soil refuge, that way you're not wasting soil, you can do that. But that's our basics of the terrain tool. So if you ever need to build anything, whether it's ramps over a big hole or anything, I mainly use it for making roadways or ramps. So if this was a giant hole and I need to get across, I can go ahead and build myself a ramp like that. There is a evil plant or a hostile plant. You can always just dig them up with the dig tool. And if you just need to lift yourself up off the ground, very easy to do, very simple, just by digging upward. So those are the basics of your terrain tool and how to use it. I'll be doing further videos on attachments. You can see there on the side there I've got a couple attachments, but we'll go over that later. And this is just our basics of the terrain tool. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. If you want to like and subscribe, that would be great and appreciated. Hopefully we'll get some more Astroneer videos and possibly some other videos from other games that you guys suggest here further down the line. Thanks so much. You guys have an awesome